No, I think, Mansi, I was speaking today and I was just talking about how AI is changing the world, but more importantly, the world will need to change for AI. Or, in other words, we have to build AI for networks and networks for AI. Today, if you see the networks, right, there is going to be tremendous amount of pressure on the networks because of the sheer rise of data. Because if you see AI today, the kind of data it's generating, it's going to be an explosion. And if you're going to have such explosion, there are going to be three challenges. First, you need to build a network which is really, really fast because of the kind of bandwidth that you're talking about, the kind of low latency that you want. Secondly, it has to be really, really smart, right? Because when you're managing such complex environments and you don't have the right level of automation, you don't use the right level of AI, so to say, you'll have a challenge. And third most important thing is whatever you build has to be greener. That means it has to consume much lesser power than the predecessors. Today, we believe the newer generation of equipment that we are coming up with, for example, the first 1.6 terabits per second modem. Now, it's a sea change in terms of the kind of capacities that it offers, but at the same time, it uses half the amount of space and half the amount of power. So, in short, to address the AI challenges on the network, as I said, we have to think differently. We have to build purpose built infrastructure for AI. Actually, in fact, I think AI is not just a data center topic any longer because I believe that AI is now spilling out of the data center and the entire traffic is impacting the entire stretch of the network, not only the short hauls or the DCI, but also the long haul and the subsea, right? The data centers will also require connectivity with extremely low latency and very high speeds, like I alluded to earlier. So again, I believe the networks that will be built for data centers will have to be very highly automated as well. They'll be built in such a fashion that you use elements of AI to predict the faults. You are able to do predictive analysis, remediate on its own. That is the kind of scenario that we are working on. That's a very good question because till very recently, people thought that AI is going to impact first the data center or probably very close to the data center. Nobody thought that generative AI or LLM models are actually going to be flowing over subsea to data centers across the globe. But that's becoming a reality. Now, with that reality, the cables are becoming super stressed because they were not built for that capacity. On top of it, currently because of the geopolitical situation, it's not easy to build new cables. And the existing cables are super stretched. So that is why you need technologies that can help you build much higher efficiencies. And with that existing cable, you're able to do 15 to 20% more capacity. And that is why the WaveLogic 6 modem that I spoke about today is able to offer 15% better spectral efficiency. That means 15 to 20% additional traffic is being able to push through the networks. The other big challenge, actually, which the cable operators have is also designing cable networks is becoming very, very complex. Identifying what is going to be the best way to design it, optimize it, what should be the best configuration. And that is where some of the smart automation comes in. And that is what we bring to the table. The challenge for a CXO or a CTO really is becoming multifold because it's not easy, right? Because how do you really predict the traffic right now? Every prediction that you have goes wrong because the data grows much faster than what you've anticipated. And depending upon the reports that you pick up, some people say the impact of AI is really going to start showing in 27. It could be even earlier. And the data will grow exponentially like a hockey stick. Now, in such a scenario, whatever you build will not be good enough unless you really build a faster, smarter, greener network and a network that is adaptive, right? Which can really adapt to the demands of AI, the demands of data growth. And that is what we are helping the industry build.